Hey, it's James. Welcome back to another video. And today what I want to talk about is why 99% of dropshippers fail. Now, I know that may sound dramatic, but if you actually look at the numbers or you look on social media, the people who are getting started versus the people who actually succeed, there's a big discrepancy between the two. A lot of people start, a lot of people don't succeed. And a lot of people think that it comes down to, oh, they didn't try hard enough, or they didn't have the right strategies or anything along those lines. But in reality, it's far more black and white than that. And I've seen the majority of people not talking about it. So let's look at the average person when they decide, hey, I want to make money online. I know that e-commerce is one of the biggest industries on the planet. Jeff Bezos is one of the biggest e-commerce entrepreneurs in the world, and it's an industry that's growing faster than ever. So what do? They go online, they go, how to make money online with e-commerce, dropshipping tutorial 2024. And what do they think? Okay, cool. Well, the gurus say I need to find a winning product, build a Shopify store, spend money on ads, and then keep burning money until they make sales. And then if it's profitable, we can go ahead and scale. Now, here's the thing. That model works. I'm not saying that it doesn't. It worked a lot better. It was a lot easier back in 2016 through to 2018, 2019. But the biggest thing is it works. So why the discrepancy? See, the discrepancy between the people who do really well, the people who crash and burn, is usually a few things. Lack of experience, lack of funds, or a lack of luck. So the biggest thing is there are some people with their first store and their first product, they do really well, they get lucky and it absolutely crushes right off the rip. But there's also a lot of people who don't have a lot of experience or they don't have a lot of money. And so they may spend the last $300-400 on ads. And if they didn't make sales within that first $300 to $400 in ad spend, that's it, they're done. They don't have any more money in the bank to actually put into this. We're in a position right now where the economy is a little bit rocky, right? Cost of living crisis. And so they don't have tens of thousands of dollars that they can just throw into advertising and pray it works. They are basically in a position where they have to make or break it. And that's why you have a massive difference between the people who do really well and the 99% of people who don't. They run out of money, they didn't get the results, it was too hard, they didn't have the experience, it was too risky for them, or they just didn't get lucky even if they did everything right. So here's the inherent problem. They're doing the right things, but they're doing it in the wrong order. You see, the people who do well, they have money in the bank, they have a bit of experience, they have the patience to see a few products crash and burn before they get one that works. They're in a position where they don't desperately need their very first store to be an absolute grand slam home run. But that's not 99% of people who start their business. People who are getting started, it's their first time, they're a little bit nervous, they have limited funds, and they need it to work. And so while those people typically end up failing or giving up too soon just because of the lack of resources like we spoke about, my clients here in Australia in the Ecom Boss program, we teach them a way to get started selling products online without ever having to spend a dime on advertising, build a website, build a store, do anything complex or techy, and without taking on any financial risk when it comes to buying products up front, paying suppliers, running ads. Every single student of mine who follows our system and does it consistently for a long enough period, they get results. And while it's never happened, if somebody did do it consistently for a few months, exactly as we showed them, and they didn't get results, we'd refund them anyway. The bottom line is that nobody has the success rate that we have at Ecom Boss because we're doing things differently. We're doing it in a way that actually takes into consideration these limitations, lack of funds, lack of experience, lack of luck. And by doing it in a system, which I'm about to explain to you, where you can get started for no money down when it comes to advertising, products, store, software, anything along those lines, you can only ever go up. So let me break down what the Ecom Boss system is. And if you want to go deeper on it, there's a bunch of videos here on my channel. The very first thing is we want to keep in mind that we need to have products that are going to sell. So the very first step is finding products that are proven to sell. And it's a little bit different to building a Shopify store. So if you're building a Shopify store, this product needs to be a grand slam home run. It needs to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if it doesn't, we just waste all this ad spend. But because we're using free platforms, which I'll touch on in step 2, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to have sold. And so what we do is we show them first and foremost how to find products that are proven to sell on these platforms. And if you can do that and look for a few of the pieces that we look for in our products, you're going to be fine. And because it doesn't cost you anything to test it, you can go ahead and test 5 or 10 a day. I'm sure you can do the math. It doesn't take long for you to find a winner. Number 2, you've got products that are proven to sell. Now, how do we sell them? Well, what we do is instead of going ahead and building our own website where nobody's visiting it and then have to pay all this money to advertise to get people to our store, hopefully they'll land and they'll buy our product. We're just going to go directly to where the people already are. The platforms that have already spent billions of dollars most likely at this point advertising the platform so that users come in and spend time on there, shopping, buying products each and every day. What platforms am I talking about? Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Etsy. These are shopping apps that basically everybody has already on their phone, and every single day, millions and millions of people are buying products on there without ever thinking about it. They're scrolling away, seeing things they like, click buy, it arrives at their place, happy days. Now here's why this is valuable. Because you don't have to pay any money on advertising and you never have to build a complicated website, all you need to do is know how to put the right products in front of those buyers and you will make sales. Sure, it may not happen in your very first hour doing it, but the better you get at finding products that are going to sell and putting them up in a compelling, persuasive way, you're going to make sales. And you're doing it in a way where you are only ever guaranteed to make profit because you never spent any money before you made the sale. And number 3, once you're making sales, you go ahead, fulfill through an online supplier, you can scale it up, you can automate it through stuff like VAs. We have AI software that we give our own clients, actually does a lot of this work for them. But the bottom line is that you've built an e-commerce business without taking on any of the risk. Being in a position where you're going to fail if you don't make sales in your first 2 days doing it, you're going to run out of money, or you just don't have the experience to make it work. And that's the reason why our client success is way greater than pretty much any program out there, because they're the only people who are thinking and doing things differently. Now, if you want to go ahead and learn more about how to do this stuff, there's a bunch of videos here on my channel. And also, if you want to find out more about the coaching that we do, I'm not a course seller, I'm not a guru. All we do is hands-on one-on-one coaching and just walk you through this process and give you everything you need to succeed. And if you want to find out a bit more about Ecom Boss and how it works, you can go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram. I'm linked down below, and I'll personally reply, have a chat, and walk you through the details. So with that being said, I hope that was valuable. I hope you go ahead and take action on this stuff. If you have any questions, let me know. Message me on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next one.